I am getting ready to make salsa from some of the veggies that we grew. Here are the peppers that we grew. There's an onion. We grew these Kellogg breakfast tomatoes. We grew the tomatillos. And then we have some garlic and some cilantro. And then some spices and a little splash of lime to add in. I'm going to add to one of the batches of salsa some of our homegrown goji berries because they remind me of the flavor of peppers with a sweet finish. I do not have a designated recipe for salsa other than the ingredients. I do not measure any of the ingredients, but what I do is I start with some tomatoes and then some peppers and onions, and I put them all in to the blender and I chop it all up. But first, I want to blend it down into almost a liquid, and then I will do just a pulse to get the rest of it. I have all of the ingredients in there except for the goji berries, and I left the tomato whole because they are really ripe and very juicy, and I think it will blend well. The rest of everything I had already pre-chopped. Now I'm just going to blend it down into a liquid. The food processor makes pretty quick work of that, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pour that into the bowl, and then I'm going to start adding more ingredients and just give them a light pulse and then mix it all together. I do not add any of the spices or the lime until the very end. Now that I have everything added to the bowl, I'm going to go ahead and add in my spices, which is a little bit more garlic powder, some salt, pepper, cumin, and then some of the lime. Now that I have all the spices and the lime juice added, I mixed it all up, and you want to let it sit for probably about 10 minutes before you give it a try and see if you've added enough spices. I've let it sit for a little bit so that the flavors can marry together, and I've got a tortilla chip and I'm going to try it. See, good consistency there. So if you want a little bit more liquidy but it's still got some chunks, great. Oh, that is so good. I actually don't need to change anything. Very yummy. There is the batch of salsa all done and in the canning jar and ready to go into the refrigerator.